Yes, welcome into the live. This is Radio Jonesy, aka Outback Tasmania, and in we got a fantastic conversation in today's podcast live with my wonderful guest, Shawnee Groves.
That's
Welcome,
right.
in, Shawnee.
Thank you for having me again. We're entering a world where heat, drought, extreme weather, and unpredictable growing conditions are forcing us to ask a very different question. Can we still grow enough food if the weather keeps getting weird? Today, Jonesy from Outback Tasmania and I are going to look at the crops that may actually thrive under the heat, under the drought. There's actually some futuristic research being done to breed more resilient plants and what all of this means for us gardeners that are growing right now. And also for you YouTube creators out there, the game has changed. We are going to discuss idea farming and some new rules for growth if you're serious about making this a business.
That's right. The game has changed, and YouTube has been blown up with everybody talking about it.
There's been a
So
lot. Yeah.
there's been way a lot of conversations happening. Look at this.
Well,
One,
we'd like
two.
to start in the garden, and I'd like to welcome in a simple happy life. Fantastic to see you. And I brought show and tell, Jonesy. Did you bring show and tell?
I brought the Big Book of Lies, or the Numbers Book, whatever you want to call it.
I thought you said lies.
I
You
did. That's I call it lies because it's the truth. But yeah, the Big Book of Lies. It's fascinating to go through that. We'll talk about that later. But it's
Sure.
fascinating to see the revenue where we're at now, the changes I've made, and where it does help you in the game of playing YouTube if you want to play it seriously as a financial advantage to yourself, as well as being creative. That's why we're here. We're here to,
Yes.
to inform, be creative, entertain. We're here for all of that. And if we can make a few pennies, not a lot of moolah as people think it is. But hey, I'm enjoying the journey, so I hope you are as well. So
That's a really good point on just like a space to be creative and to hang out with people that want to listen to it. That is huge for me as a stay at home mom and a homeschooler. We're going to be moving out to the garden property, living in the country. So, as
yeah,
many friends that are like minded that I can keep around me is the best.
moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Remember that song?
I do. I have two peach
Yeah.
trees.
Nice. All
Yeah.
right. Awesome. Well, I won't entertain anymore, but
Oh, I wish you could smell this, Jonesy. Look how big it is.
oh man, that is one huge capsicum. Yes.
Look at my pepper. Yeah, so normally I let them,
Hang
mature
on,
and get
that's a capsicum. Look at it. There you
pepper.
go.
Yeah, I normally, let them mature and change color, but I couldn't wait because of the rain coming. I was worried that this on the bottom sitting on the ground would get bitten by something or start rotting. And so because it was raining, hey, Brook Trout, you have one peach tree down in Florida. Good to see you for the conversation. We had like a mad rush, honestly, Jonesy, because the rain was coming a day sooner than I thought I had time for. So it was
I
like a
seen.
late night drive back to the garden, get it done kind of a thing, which I do have a
I
video coming
saw.
out.
I saw the short. You done a short there, didn't you? Because I
I
seen that.
have, yeah.
Yeah, I seen that short where you talked about it. Oh man, we got rain and I gotta go.
I gotta go. And so I managed to bring these home. So this was harvested and it's dried
Nice.
beans,
Let's have another look. Yeah.
which is part of our just being able to provide food out of the season. And so this is like a pinto bean is what this would be, and it's nice and dry, so it is shelf stable. And then I had these were ready too. So this is a kidney bean.
Yeah.
So this is, I mean, this is a seed. Like I could replant this, but I'm gonna
Yep.
save it to eat it, right?
So when did you harvest those?
What day is it today? Today's Friday
Yep.
here,
Recently.
and
Yep.
Thursday it rained, so Wednesday.
Wow.
So you know what I did? I had the kids help take them out of the shell, and then I laid them in a dehydrator tray that's a screen mesh, and I put
Yep.
them in the dehydrator at 125 degrees Fahrenheit for an hour just to make sure all bugs, moisture, fungus was eliminated, and that makes me feel better and sleep at night.
You're so thorough. I tell you what, I would have just put them down and probably started eating them.
I just don't want them to go bad. Hey, Pegs Place.
Good to see you,
So
mate.
since it was raining, I also worked on this. Place your bets. What is this? You know what this is, Jonesy. I know how you
No.
were raised.
What? Molasses?
No, it is tallow.
Beef tallow. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. So I rendered the last of my cow fat and will
I
be
thought,
ordering a whole cow in a couple months.
oh, moo. Oh, really, a whole cow, poor cow. But anyway, yep. Life is the way it works.
Oats. Brook Trout says oats. What did I miss?
No, you thought the picture was oats.
Oh,
No,
it's
I
fat.
thought, yeah, yeah. Beef tallow. Beef tallow. I was in my youth. I was a butcher, and
Yeah.
we used to harvest everything. Like everything was sold for one thing or another. But yeah, the cleanness of the tallow is perfect for cooking.
I use it for eggs and fries and pie crust.
Yep.
If it's
Oh,
going in a
yeah.
cast iron skillet, it gets tallow.
Just
So
like Grandma used to make.
it
Yep.
saves your money on butter, I tell you that. Butter is
Oh,
like only for the butter things, you know?
yes, butter is better, but tallow is yeah, for everything cooking.
Now, I
Oh,
did bring
oh,
an ancient food, Jonesy. Are you ready for this?
oh
We have
man,
a
you have brought show and tell. Here we
I
go
did,
again.
yeah. It's starting to be harvest season. So this is an ancient food, has a couple of different names. It's in a husk right now, and it has to fall to the ground to be ready. You cannot pull it off the plant. This
Okay.
is I call it dinosaur food just because it wigs people out on what is that thing? And so what happens is you open the husk and inside is a round
Mm.
fruit that has vanilla and pineapple flavors,
Oh wow.
and it is called a ground cherry, or there was a gooseberry name to this, but I can't remember it. So did you hear that? Like,
I heard it. There's a bit of a crunch.
and
Now
it's
it's
really like it's sweet. So people use these to
yep.
make jams and then a couple other things, but I like to just eat them. They have a really long shelf life because they're in their own little wrapper. So they can sit in my kitchen for months,
Oh.
honestly. Oh, that was good.
So where were they? Like how were they grown?
Ooh, so they're a nightshade.
Yep.
If you know what a nightshade family is, that's your tomatoes, potatoes, eggplants. Um, it's like so in my garden tours on the West Island, there's a metal wash tub that I'm growing sweet potatoes in. They're in
Yep.
that with the sweet potatoes. So it's a long stem with leaves and they're attached inside the leaf and they're green. And then when they start to turn this color in fall,
Yep.
that's when they're ready. So, oh, like a tomatillo.
It's tomatillo tomato.
You know what a tomatillo is? Yeah.
Is that is
It's
that no, explain to me what you're saying and I'll explain to you what I think or what I've bought.
tomatillo is grown similarly. It's like a green tomato and it's in a husk and people
Yep.
use it to make salsa or something, salsa
Yeah,
verde. I don't know. I'm not eating that, but this is a
yep.
ground cherry.
No, we
That was
just call
really
them.
good.
Well, I'm glad you're having a good time in the garden and everything's sort of working away. I'm glad it's that time of year and you're in the peak season. I'm assuming right now, and it's for your area, and the days are counting.
Do you have
Yeah.
anything to share from your garden before we get into the greenhouse?
Oh man, no.
Okay.
The only thing I can visit, I can't show you any. I haven't brought nothing in. The only thing I've really harvested is the radish and a couple of peas. I've had a couple of snow peas on one plant that was good enough to harvest. But
Yeah.
yeah, nothing special. But the grass out the back is absolutely horrendous.
It's wild.
The next video you'll be me with a like out in the wilderness. That
It's
sort of
gonna be
thing.
flying everywhere. You gotta get, like, a slow-mo effect of the low camera
Uh,
angle, like
I've been thinking, yeah,
cinematography that sh you know what I mean?
it's pretty boring, really, when a guy cuts the grass. But if you can capture it in different ways, that's the
Yeah,
YouTuber inside both of us now that thinks
I
these
know.
things.
The
Yeah.
chest view, the grass view, the bird's eye view, you know, if we had all the equipment and time.
Uh, I got myself. I think I told you. I'm not sure, but I was down at the Goodwill store,
Okay.
and I got myself a nice weed
Oh,
whacker whippersnipper,
I
a
heard
battery
this. I heard this story. It's a good
a
one.
battery powered one. Yeah, someone stole
Yeah.
the battery off it, and they they wouldn't sell it. And the same guy who stole the battery, because they found him on the camera, come in to ask could he buy that at a cheap price because it had no battery.
They're
And
trying to scam everybody.
man, it's sad, and it's just the way of the world these days. But
2026.
and it's a goodwill store. They're there to help people, not to.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be going in there to try to steal from a Christian goodwill store. That's definitely going to be a mark against their name when they get to a certain stage in their life, I reckon. But
Mm, good point.
yes, but
So
anyway, I
Jonesy
got
comes
myself.
in. Yeah.
Oh, I got a battery. I got 3 batteries. The
For Ryobi.
yeah, Ryobi. They seem to play up a bit, those batteries, but one of them wasn't charging, and then I just took it out and I wiped over the terminal parts
Oh, cleaned
and
it.
then put it back in. Yeah, and then because if it flashes both sides at the same time, it means the battery's faulty.
Oh,
If flashes red means it's flat, then it goes green means it's charging, and then solid green, you're done. Or at the back, at the back as well. You've got the different levels. But anyway, that's not about the future of the growing world's problems right at the moment. And let me say, global is it. Remember, let's talk before we get into the facts and figures.
mhm,
Remember, everyone talked about global warming. That was the fad. Global
mhm.
warming was the new.
Yeah, in the 90s and stuff.
Let's put money into this. You cannot do this. We've got to save the world. We can't do this and we can't do that. You got to. And now people have got electric cars, and now people are doing the right thing and other things. But
Mm.
global warming has sort of disappeared, and now it's we've got to build AI mega things that will suck all the water and use all your power just so you can get on your phone and go, hey, ChatGPT, how do I fix this problem?
If you talk to a truly sustainable person, like for example, Robin Greenfield, I listened to him speak today. The interview was inside a greenhouse. It was amazing. Uh, he travels the world and he's doing 365 days foraging only, not growing a garden, not going to farmers markets, not bartering, not trading, not going to the store, foraging only, everything for a
Ah,
whole year. He's a
I,
fantastic guy to talk about.
I seen this. Seen this. Did you? You didn't send me that, did you?
No, but I was gonna.
No, because I did see. I stumbled onto that, and I
Did you?
watched a video. I don't know if it was him. I just watched a guy who was talking about living 24/7. Uh, yeah, foraging for food. Can it be done? Is it? Is it? Is it?
It's got to be him
Is,
then.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
interesting.
So he talked about, if people are truly wanting to be sustainable as a community, because it's not about self. Okay, let's get that straight. He goes, all these things in politics, the Green New
Yeah,
Deal is not sustainable whatsoever if you actually are talking about the planet
no,
and the
it,
people. And so,
no.
like, from satellite images, you can see the craters in the earth from all of the lithium ion mining for these EV batteries, and so I'm not a
Yeah,
fan of it. Okay, I'll tell you that right
no.
now. And in 20 years, where's all that gonna go? Because it's all gonna be rebuilt. So let's
Hey,
talk
can
about
I
this
just?
greenhouse.
Can I? I'll quickly jump in there
Yeah.
about the cars. I didn't. I was working a job yesterday where the Tasmania Rally cars were in,
Yeah.
and there was of all the cars that were hot and racing and coming in. There was, you know what? There was no electric cars that could rally like a rally car. So people,
Right, the power
yeah.
isn't there.
Oh man, like it could be, but there was none there. There was some really nice cars, but anyway, that was a fun day, and you might see it in a video. I got a couple of videos. I just got to do a bit of editing to them. And yeah, but anyway, sorry to try to jump ship on you again, but yeah,
Targa.
that's yeah, it's I don't know what they call it these days. I think it's changed.
Oh, like new ownership?
Yeah, oh
Mhm.
yeah, Target.
Or new
But
branding.
anyway, yeah,
Okay.
these guys, a lot of them are from the mainland
I'm
down
a
here,
big
but
fan of racing, by the way, Peg's Place. I used to go to racing stuff all the time in my 20s, and I would like to go back to that. What? Hello, when I'm
really,
older.
Big fan of
Really?
racing. You just don't look like that little. You look like the little home girl mother who's going to be farming and looking after and raising the family and doing all that sort of
Well,
stuff.
now in my 30s, yeah, in my 20s, it was drink beer and go to the races. So,
No,
this craze,
we would have got on so well if we
we
were
would
at the
have
same.
fun. Oh, I would have took you to the drag strip and
Oh
we would have
wow,
went dirt track and mud bogs and
yeah.
okay, so this
Anyway,
crazy greenhouse thing is why we're here. There's this idea of can we design the crops for the future? Question mark. So we've talked about how plants respond to stress in our gardens. That was in the live last week. So if you've missed that, go ahead and add that to your watch later. Stay here with us, but watch it after this show. Well, researchers in the Netherlands are taking that idea to an entirely different level. Something called Wagen Nigen. I can't say these things, but I'll link
yep,
the article. We can put it somewhere for you. There's a video about it. Are we going to breed our way out of the weather cycles? All these crazy, weird things happening. So, this greenhouse has plants that are being scanned 24/7. The cameras, the thermal imaging, the root scanning, the photosynthesis measurements. They are tracking things like temperature, color, the plant response, kind of like what NASA does for plants in space, that science, which that can be an entire live stream in itself. The
yep,
really interesting part is that they're looking for plants that don't just grow well under perfect conditions. What they're trying to do is stress them out in their way, and make it so it's not ideal, like the heat, the drought, the cold, flooding, all the things we're actually seeing outside, right? They're
yep.
comparing the traditional varieties, these strains that we now grow as gardeners. There's commercial varieties because sometimes we're not allowed to buy that seed. And then there's actual, the wild relatives. If you actually look at like what tomatoes and what carrots used to look like before we got our hands on them, I went to a museum and I got to see them. They look completely different than what they look like today, right? So they're trying to
Well,
mix all of that and 30% of their normal water. So like what a plant normally needs, they're giving it 30% of what. So they're stressing it out with the
yeah,
droughting, right? They're trying to
nice.
speed up plant selection because like the nature does this automatically. And I'm going to
Yep,
talk about seeds in this presentation. They're trying to cross high yielding plants with highly resilient plants to grow the offspring, to then measure what performs,
yep.
look for the DNA clues. So, Jonesy, how can you as a gardener really prepare for a more unpredictable climate?
How can I prepare for an unpredictable climate? Well, you've just got to find your little micro gardens inside your property. What each property will have different areas where you'll get extreme sun in one area, you'll get shady shade in another area, and you've just got to manage what you can grow in the what do we call them microclimates in
Yep.
your own property. So that would be the one thing I would sort of go with what they're talking about there. Um, can you put good quality seeds that are that are designed for your region, for your area? Like it's no point trying to grow fruit or foods here. You can, I suppose, if you build the greenhouse to protect it, but it's very hard to grow stuff that isn't designed to grow in this region. So yeah, grow what you know and what works, and pick your microclimates in your property. That's probably my little ideas on that.
I think that's a really good strategy. Peg's Place says I'm buying heritage seeds. So,
Ooh,
he can save, and he can keep growing plants. It doesn't need no store, right? Janet Potter
mhm.
has joined the conversation, and we have South Florida Sunshine Tropicals. And I was making fun of her because I said, you missed show and tell. So, welcome to this now.
Yes, welcome
And
in.
us here right now in the room, we don't need a laboratory to learn what plants are actually resilient. Gardeners have been doing this for thousands of years. Okay, people. The
That's it.
difference is now we have machines that can measure things that our eyes can't actually see, but we still can look for plant cues, which we talked about in the stress live, the previous one. So these scientists in this greenhouse They cannot reproduce hail or the actual wind, if you've seen my videos, the soil temperature, and all the other variables a plant that can encounter when they're outdoors, right? So there isn't actually a guarantee that this plant is going to perform well when you take it from this laboratory and put it in the field. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Growing
listen,
more food isn't the only question, Jonesy. When did
yeah.
we decide our food has to look perfect before we can eat it? When did we start being like that?
Mm. Well, that's presentations for the big supermarket chains. Really, that's the idea of that, because we've been eating weird and wonderful shaped like capsicums for a long time. I'll keep saying that word as long as I
That's
can.
yeah.
And like even I think there was I recall a little while ago there was like a business that was selling like deformed fruit and
Oh,
vegetables as
Misfit
yeah
Market?
as a as an a thing to say, look, these are the ones I would have thrown out.
The seconds is what they call them in the biz, yeah.
Yeah, right. So I recall that. I haven't seen much of that around here, but I'm sure it does go on. And buying direct, like when you buy carrots, for instance,
Mhm.
like a carrot will grow if the soil is fluffy and light. The carrot seed will just easily,
Deep taproot.
yeah, root deep taproot. That's the word. And if there's a rock in the road or a couple of stones, it's going to hit that and then go, "Oop, I'm going that way. Oop, I'm going that way." Then you have this weird shaped carrot, and people go, "Ooh, look at that carrot."
It's still a carrot, people.
It's still a carrot, and mate, the freshest you can get it out of your garden, the better it tastes. Like everybody, like if you're watching this for the first time and you haven't grown your own vegetables, definitely give it a crack, because you'll be amazed by the taste difference that you get from straight out of your garden to what you buy from the supermarket. I'll guarantee that.
Yeah, I think a lot comes into play on, this whole conversation on how the food looks. Well, how are you wanting to use it? There's different jobs for ones that might look a little goofy. I've seen videos about so much waste just recently. It was ditches filled with
Yep.
zucchini and cucumbers and tomatoes because they were the wrong size, because they were the
Yep.
wrong shape, and that they couldn't sell them to the public. And people in the comment section, because I found it on YouTube, people were
Yep.
like, "Why aren't you partnering with farms and feeding it to the pigs, for example? Why aren't
Yep.
you setting it up so people can come get boxes and stuff? Like, what are you doing throwing it in a ditch?" Growing food isn't
That's,
just about producing more, it's about learning how to use more of what we produce.
there was a video I seen too where they were pumping like tons and tons and tons of this wasted produce into arid regions in New South Wales,
Mhm.
and digging trenches and putting it in the ground in these arid regions. They spent thousands and thousands of dollars to get it there, like
Okay.
in fuel costs.
They're doing Pathway
And
Soil Bank,
that,
maybe?
I'm not sure what they called it, but it
Okay.
definitely reinvigorated that whole block that they, like, the block would
Dog,
say,
put it
yeah,
in. Yep.
that's right. And but they done trenches. It was in rows.
That's
And
that's Pathway Soil Banks. Okay.
well, there you go. So you know it all. I just
I
see
do
this stuff.
not know. They're building
And
compost soil amending.
that whole, like, eight, maybe it was like 50-acre block. It was a big block
Okay.
of land, and that turned into this lush green, like beautiful earth, and there was all sorts of stuff growing. But that turned that soil into a viable
A sponge.
land, and everything around it was just still desert,
Yeah.
or
No
or
life.
no life, no. And
Soil was
it
dead.
brought in wildlife. It brought in all the different. Everything boomed in that one region, and this was an experiment that they ran. I'll have to find this video and show you.
Of
It was,
course. I wonder
it
if
was
Geoff was involved. Or Jeff. Maybe you say his name Jeff, but it looks like Geoff. Carol, you know what I'm talking about.
yeah, that's Jeff. If it's
It is.
GEOFF
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
F, that's Jeff. Yep,
Okay.
that's it. The different way of spelling it.
Silly me.
It's like Gary. You got a G instead of a
Oh, the harder
S.
soft sound. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah,
So
Jeff.
what
Sorry.
love him, says Carol. Jeff, thank you. Trench composting is like street terms, right? What can the gardeners do? You guys are observing. That's the skill that I like to teach beginners, is observing. You don't even have to take action, just observe what's going on. Pay attention, right?
Right.
So maybe water availability is going to become a major limiting factor for you. Be resourceful. You are a human with a brain, okay? So
Right.
you could just have drought resistant crop varieties. Usually tells you that in the seed description. You could be planting by water needs in groups. And what I mean by that is, on the north end, you would have tall celery. In the center, you would have lettuce. And in the front, towards the south, you would have the short growing radish. So those are three different root systems that are all water loving. So when you're using water, it's directed in one spot with a purpose, instead of just broadcasting water all over everything where maybe something doesn't like water. Cucumbers, watermelon, like water. Grow cucumbers up, grow watermelon on the ground. Peas and cabbage need water. Grow peas up, grow cabbage on the ground. We're using the most of our space. Then it keeps the ground shaded and cooled as well. If you have to grow drought tolerant things, like if it's hot and dry for sure, you can't get out of that. You're looking at your beans, lentils, chickpeas, cowpeas, sorghum, millet, amaranth, okra. Do you like any of those things? Try it out, right? You're looking for the signs of stress, which we talked about previously. And I'm going to go on a rant. Seed save, okay? If I
Yeah, yeah.
wasn't already, seed
Not in a
save.
not in a wet drawer either.
Don't put your seeds in a wet drawer, everybody. So, seeds have a memory. Seeds inherit memories from their mother. So, they're tracking the timing, the weather patterns, the water or lack of water. If you gave it a bunch of fertilizer instead of letting the soil food web have conversations with the roots, there's proteins inside the seed that counts the changes, right? There's
Yeah.
epigenetics, which are the chemical flags that change how the plant reads its own DNA. So, when the mother plant goes through all these things and you let the plant make a mature whatever it is, and you seed save properly by drying it and storing it and planting it next year, because seeds don't grow when you just have them in the freezer. You got to go plant them so they can keep up with what's changing with the earth. It remembers all of that. Like Jonesy mentioned, your microclimate. So that thing is going to be strong and fast and tolerant to bugs more than a seed that you bought that was grown in
That's
California or
right.
wherever. And I'm in
Exactly.
Minnesota.
Exactly. If you can grow your own seeds, I'll just show you this at the moment because today is absolutely delightful here. Let me just say that. So, yeah, if you can save your own seeds that are doing well, no point saving a seed that's been a failure as a crop. So, when you're saving seeds and the from like tomatoes that you weren't happy with, or anything that didn't really grow well, it's best to sort of move on from that crop and find something that's really successful. But when you do find that fruit or vegetable that really works, definitely save your own seed, or save that seed that works well in your microclimate, is what I'm sort of on about here.
Jonesy's correct. If it's a crop that you never got to a harvest from and it just spazzed out because of the heat and it bolted, that's not the genetics we want.
Mm-hmm.
Outback Tasmania, what if your climate has gotten weird and maybe changing? What's with everything going on? How would you feel about that?
Well, to be honest with you, looking at that weather, if we had a global warming event and it got warmer down here, I reckon this island would be the food crop capital of the world, because we're in a cool climate area and we do grow a lot of produce. But imagine if the weather here was warmer, mate, we would be invaded by everybody wanting to live here because it's absolutely beautiful down here. But that's what I would say, bring on a bit more warmth for the island, but I would hate to see like other areas turning to desert and like other things like that. Where I used to live in the country, you would hate to see. I'm trying to find my webcam. There we go. We'd hate to see where I used to live up near in the northwest of New South Wales a long time ago. your land there, you had to really work it to keep it productive. And the hot, dry summers and the cool winters really affects the land there. Really, you've really got to work it, and yeah, you can see them sort of suffering a bit if the heat gets a bit more in those sort of regions. But down here, bring it on. I'll take the heat.
And it's like, so to close off like that whole rant, if everyone grew one plant for themselves, let's just make the change, make the 10% change, grow 10% of your food, have something. Come on, people. What are you doing?
Yeah, and like I am the shining light of people who don't garden and haven't put time or effort into producing your own property. I am that person. I have been neglecting that part of my life for such a long time. And only over the last few months, really, to be honest with you, I started this channel is really when I seriously wanted to do something out the back. I used to grow like chilies and capsicums and tomatoes just in pots where I used to live. It was nothing serious. It was nothing. It was like, look at me, I can grow this. Look at me, I can grow that. But anybody could grow it in those regions because it was a lovely temperate climate. Down here, I'm just trying to manage and trying to work out, to be honest, my exact, like the way my property faces east and doesn't get a lot of the the west, like during the day. Like if you had a property down here that faced, what's the opposite way? North. If you had a property facing north, you would get the east-west sun all day long. Like it would be coming on your property all day long. So if you were, I said that in one of my videos recently. I said, if you were looking at buying a property, here's a bit of a tip. If you could find a property and you want to grow gardens and stuff, look for something facing the mainland, because you'll get basically the sun coming across your property all day. Whereas we face the east coast, the sun comes straight towards us and then goes straight past us, and then we got the ridge line behind us that stops that afternoon sun, which is great in summer because
Right.
it's good to have some shade. But in winter, you can feel the difference.
You're really paying attention now to
I
your sun
am.
shots and your shade spots, and can you change it? Yeah.
I'm looking at every spot in the garden right now. Like I was going to put a path in a certain spot,
Mhm.
and I thought, why would I put a path there? Because that's where the sun in winter is bearing down on
Oh,
most of the day.
prime growing area. Okay.
So I am learning. I am educated now. Well, slightly, but I am
Well, we
trying
learn
to
as
do
we
the
grow,
best.
Jonesy.
Oh, we certainly do.
We try and do the best.
Yeah. Eat what you grow.
Grow every day in every way. It's not the end of the show. You threw me
No,
off.
it's not. That's why I'm here. I'm here for the fun.
We have Peg's Place saying, I see an old video that people put seeds in their mouth before planting. It helps growing better food for you. I've talked
Yeah.
about it, I've read about it, I've watched it, and I said that is it folklore or is it actually useful? It has to do with their saliva. And Carol from South Florida Sunshine Tropicals had made a comment. Probably the enzymes in our saliva breaking down any protective coating that delays sprouting. So, how people soak seeds before planting if they're actually that organized, which I am not that kind of person. Uh, I'm also planting like way a lot of seeds, guys. Like I'm not licking every single one. I'm just saying. Peg's Place also says most of us in Taz live near ocean. Another good reason can catch seafood. Yeah, you have a food source, a fat
Well,
source. You can get
yeah.
seaweed for fertilizer for your garden,
There's
salt.
plenty down at the beach right now. When we have easterlies, I don't know where it comes from, but the seaweed comes in on an easterly here. And I was looking at it this morning. I was down there on my walk that I go on every Saturday morning, and I went down to the beach and went for a walk on low tide, and beautiful. It's like, honestly, to the temperature, I think right then was about 5 or 7 Celsius. So it was pretty cool in that sort of sense. But in that 1 hour of just starting the walk and finishing the walk, we jumped from that, say, 7 to about 12 to nearly 15. Like once that sun just comes up on a beautiful day like today, it just, you can feel it warming you up as you were on your bit of an exercise walk. And I definitely, I definitely feel the love of everybody down at that beach. Like everybody, you'd be surprised how people, like, I'm getting a bit off topic here, but the region that you pick to live, like you pick a region to live and you go there for whatever reason you're there. But here, everyone's friendly, everyone talks to you. I wore the brand, like the Outback Tasmania. Hang on, let me just make sure we can get this up. Look at that. Outback Tasmania is a little devil with his tomato, and on the back there's, see, every time someone, I get up the front, and every time someone overtakes me,
Here's what they see. The brand. And it says YouTube, so they know it's a channel.
oh man, and then that gets people talking, and at the end of the race they started, it's called marketing, people. And every time people come past at the end, and I'm sort of sitting there because I want to sit there. I walk. Anyway, I'm getting way off topic, but
Hear more about this in a pop-up live here.
yeah. Sorry about that, Shawnee. I'll take
Okay.
control. Oh, you take control. You grab the handlebars and start riding this bike.
So Dave Knight has joined the conversation. Good to see you, Dave Knight. You missed the show and tell. You'll have to catch that in the replay. We are gonna jump over to the creators corner for the YouTube game change that's going on. So Jonesy, we can either do idea farming first, or we can do the 7 new rules. What would you like?
I'll tell you what, you're doing such a good job. What would you like to do? Ladies first.
Let's so kind. Let's go into idea farming because I think it's more fun to talk about. So,
Okay.
Jonesy, do you ever see a video and think, I have something to add to that conversation?
Always.
That's idea
Every day.
farming.
Every day. Yeah. Every day in every way. I watched Brian G. Johnson's video. He put 2 videos out this morning.
It's in
And
my
I
watch
watched,
later.
yeah, and his second one, the last one he put out this morning, it was about the circle, right? So your journey is the circle, right? So you could do a love heart as well if you really
Is that
wanted
what
to.
that is? Okay.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the circle. So the reason you started YouTube, the videos that you create that brings people to you, and he talked about his journey, how he jumped away and went outside that circle.
Mhm.
And everybody, he talks about like dead subscribers, like people who subscribe to him for whatever reason. And you might have jumped off topic and started something completely different, like a bit like me. And people join you for that topic. And then when you go back to your original circle, you've sort of disrespected that subscriber.
Audience, yeah.
Yeah.
The viewer's
And
gone.
if you just stick to that circle, what you're here for, your audience just is always there, and you might be talking similar stuff day in, day out, but that's what your audience wants to hear. So that's the gist of that sort of subject matter. So basically he's saying, if you're doing content about a subject, which is gardening or whatever you're doing, stick with it. Keep running with it. People are here for you because that's what they joined you for. Don't give up on your aspirations. You might have a flop video, or you might have subscribers jumping off the ship. Keep on that circle. Keep going around and around and around, and your audience will grow. You'll find new people who will find you, and basically that's how he explained the circle part of that video. That
For the
I'm sure
visual
you'll
learners in the group. So this
look
whole
at.
idea of farming, we're not harvesting someone else's crop, okay? We're not stealing things, we're planting our own. Gardeners don't invent tomatoes every year, but we all grow tomatoes. But
Yeah,
every garden is different. The soil is different, the climate is different, the techniques are different.
the
YouTube works the
people.
same way. That's why it's so fun to have these live streams where we do gardening and YouTube talk, because there's so many things that cross over with it. There's a big difference between inspiration and copying, okay? So copying is you're repeating the same title, the same
Yep.
thumbnail tactic. You're using the same script because we all know we can see it. The same examples, the same structure. What I'm talking about with
Yep.
idea farming is it's the same topic, but it's your own opinion. It's a new experience. It's a different type of audience you're talking to, a different story. You're contributing to the conversation, not duplicating it.
Yes. There's so many ways you can grow a tomato. Hang on. Right. So you put the seed in the ground, the tomato grows, apparently. But if you're in Tasmania or in a cold climate, people watch your tomatoes. And by the way, Shawnee, about 3 or 4 of mine are really starting to gear up. I'll
Did
put
you
some
feed
out.
them?
No,
Okay.
no. I put some out to harden up yesterday in the sunshine, and you could see the stress on the plant. Like that, they actually got out of the greenhouse and they were wilting a bit.
Yeah.
Pumped them full of water, and then say 2 hours later they were coming back. But they say hardening up your greenhouse plants. What would you give an old bloke a tip on that? Like, am I doing it right or not? Is
Okay.
it too early in the
So
season to be bringing them out?
I'd have to go back to looking at your planting calendar, but I'm pretty sure, yeah.
It's
It's
not
all
ready.
about
Yeah, it's not.
temperature. So,
Yeah,
okay,
it's not
when
here.
you're gonna put the tomato in the ground, you back up 2 weeks from that date, and that's when you start hardening off. So that's
Okay.
when you're taking them out of the greenhouse when it's
Yes. Well,
early in the
that's
morning
weeks
and it's
away.
not super windy and it's not super cold and it's not gonna rain, and you take them out for like an hour or 2, and then you put
Yeah.
them back in their warm home. And then the
Yeah.
next day you go and add and add and add.
Okay. All right. Well, that's probably what I did wrong because I brought them out and left them there for hours on end. But it was a beautiful day, like today, and I
But
thought,
still not warm enough for them.
who doesn't? Yeah, I know. Who doesn't like sitting in the sun? That's what I was
Well,
thinking.
I get it.
But it was, and that's another learning experience and that's from doing, like physically doing that. I learned that I better ask Shawnee what I did wrong, and then pumping the water into it definitely helped. But some of them are going to be great. I've got that. They're like the children that are growing. That I think, you know what, I'm going to be saving these seeds from. Some of them are really good, and some of them are terrible. But we'll wait to see the outcome when it's time to put in the ground.
Mhm.
And the successful ones will be the ones that I will save the seed and continue that
That's
journey
right.
the following season.
Because the mother remembers. Peg's Place says another good thing I have is tank water, not the chemicals from the town water. Good point. I do harvest rainwater in town. And
Yeah,
then at the garden property, I have rainwater and well water.
I've got 5-gallon buckets. Got 3 of them. It rains that much here. Trust me, you can fill up 3 5-gallon buckets, and then by the time they're empty, we would have had rain again, and they would be topping up again. So if I put an actual pump out there with a tank, I would have unlimited water in this place because it does rain a lot.
Well, and it doesn't freeze. Like, I have to drain all my stuff.
No, we don't
Yeah,
have that problem.
in like
No.
60 days. The best ideas are coming from the comment sections. So I know I hear you sometimes you're like, well, no one comments. Well, we're going to talk about strategies as we go along in the series here that we're doing together on how to kind of encourage that. But, one of the richest places to farm ideas is in comments. And I don't mean just in your stuff. I mean the other videos that make you go,
Exactly.
oh, you know what I'm saying? So you're going
I
to
hear
ask
you.
questions. When you're looking at these chats, you're going to go, what are people confused about? What do they disagree on? What's the follow-up question that keeps appearing in the chat? Because you know how people just repeat things and they don't read that somebody already asked that, And then
Yeah.
what do people wish the creator had covered? That is your next video series, okay? Your twist matters. Jonesy, have you ever made a video thanks to the comment section? What's story time over there?
Yeah, of different things. Like when I talk about on my conversation channel, not my gardening channel, really, I've done in the gardening, the comments are usually people trying to encourage you on your journey, really. But in my except for on this channel when I did the failure of the mulcher.
You need to do some idea farming for gardening in Tasmania, then it sounds like.
Yeah, and is it Homesteading Down Under? That channel has just started again. So he had a bit of a delay. He's in Tassie. He's down south, but I like watching him because he does bigger. He's got a bigger property. He's got acres and acres, but he's got his little farms and like microclimate. So each, not farms, he's got little gardens. Each garden is a microclimate for that reason. He grows whatever he grows there, whatever he grows in this area because of the northeast. And that's where I learn all about the areas of your garden and your sun. So definitely find people that are in your area and are doing well, because then you can learn a lot from those people. It's like me trying to watch Self-Sufficient Me with Mark up there in Brisbane. He's got the most beautiful climate. His latest video was about, can you grow something in winter, or
Right.
the winter gardening stuff? And his winter is like our summer. So
Right.
I can look at that to say, well, what he's growing now is what I could be growing, like in my summer. So anyway, I do get a bit, I like watching those sort of channels, but being
This is my fall garden right now, Jonesy. Fall garden crops coming on the channel.
So we got lettuce. And what else
Yep.
we got in there?
Okay, so the big
Lettuce
fat
and-
one is Napa cabbage, and then there's the purple pak choi is the purple leaved, and then there's tatsoi, broccoli, lava lamp lettuce, sijumisa,
Sijumisa.
radish.
A lot of the Asian
greens.
stuff
Yep.
grows well here too, apparently.
It can tolerate, like, if I get frost in 60 days, they'll be okay. So, let's say you have a video that hits. And what do I mean by that? It gets way more views percentage-wise compared to your normal. What do you do with it, right? So, like, for example, it's 10 crops every survival garden needs. What's the follow-up to that? Which crop do you plant first? Which crop stores the longest? Which gives the most calories? You've now broken it down, right? What if you only have 100 feet or 100? What if you only have whatever? Pick a size.
Yeah. What do you want to do? Quarter block, quarter acre? You want to do, what are we talking about? Land size?
Well, if they're like, I only have an 8x4 bed.
Oh, okay.
What do I grow? If I only have
your garden bed, yep.
Pick a
how to break
size.
it down, yep.
Yeah. How do you make a priority on what is useful in that space? Like, those are all the things. Andy just walked in the door. Hello. The
Hello,
collective.
Mr. Andy, up there in the beautiful warmth of New South Wales.
And I love what he said. He said, future food best not end up being synthetic or AI manufactured. That was how we were talking about that greenhouse. What is that going to lead to, if you heard me ranting about that?
Genetically modified food. How is that? That is a topic for
I don't think I want to talk about that today, Jonesy.
No, that is a whole new ball game. But how does that affect the human that eats that produce?
Come on, people. Exactly. When we talked about the plant's immune system in the last episode, Peg's Place says, I never know what to plant and when. I used to just buy seedlings from Bunnings and try to grow. The thing with big box stores is they don't give a F about gardeners. They just put it out whenever their business, like, they all do it at the same time. And you have to get a gardening buddy where you are to learn your calendar, or you work it out yourself.
That's right. You can't buy like vegetable seedlings. Like, why would you buy carrots from Bunnings in a little punnet?
Oh no, they're not doing that, are they?
Yeah, and lettuce and you name it. They got everything down there. But people, these big baskets of lettuce, like in a big basket, and they've already grown and they're selling it like for a stupid price, like $20 or $30. You could go down and buy 3 lettuces for $15 and fill up twice that basket. And you know what I mean? Like, they're just selling you things that look pretty. That's one thing, like, I've learned. Definitely lettuce, carrots, and get the seed. Learn your seasons. Like, I've got broccoli outside.
Yeah, you do.
Grow. Mm-hmm. Yes, but it's the wrong season. That should be a plant that's in the middle of winter now that is absolutely booming.
Like matured by now. You started
Yeah.
it too late, so now you're
Oh
trying
well.
it for spring.
Yeah. I'm
Yep.
just seeing how they go.
Robin Gardens has entered from Chicagoland. Rainy off and on all day over there. I'm gonna get rain Saturday night after 4 o'clock or something. So I will have to find things to do.
Well, let
Of
me just show
course.
you the rain that we've got here. It's absolutely pouring with sunshine.
While you're doing that, ideas are like seeds. They don't belong to the first gardener who plants them. So we're talking about idea farming for YouTube creators. What matters is how you grow them. So all of you creators out there have your own voice, your own eyes, your own experiences, different soil, different weather, all of that stuff, and you will be sharing it in your own unique way on your channel, okay?
That's it. And
Oh boy.
what's he on about here?
I'm not
Chickens.
sure I can read
Yeah.
this out loud. Okay.
Chickens have never been on steroids since the 70s. Amino acids, etc. However, loaded up them generally when nutrients wise. Oh man, cornflakes. Yep, I hear you. I hear you, buddy. I love chooks.
So I can go into our next conversation if you're ready.
That's let me just organize myself here and go boom.
One
And
of these is the show and tell, Robin,
hang on.
that you missed. Isn't it beautiful? I'm gonna see if it'll turn. I picked it because I was worried about this pepper over here. Looks so good. And I'll see if it turns color in the house because of the rain and stuff. I was worried about it. Okay, clipboard time. So
Yeah.
there is some research that I've been doing, and it's just fun because I'm a creator and I'm passionate about it, and I'm monetized, thankfully. I have all that done, which we had talked about in a previous episode if you want to hear about the actual specifics of the new monetization thing. What I'm talking about is what are we going to do as creators to get it done? You know, Jonesy's talking about a content posting schedule, like how many hours do you really need each week? How are you going to reach that, right? So like let's see if we can break this down. Choose a smaller, sharper audience. So people who like gardening is a little too broad. Looking at my channel, who do I want to talk to? People who are looking at the world and thinking, I want to be better prepared. I want to know how to feed my family. I don't want to depend entirely on a system I don't control. My log line is I show people why they should grow food. Does that make sense?
It certainly does.
That's this is going to be kind of a rapid fire, guys. Sorry.
But you know how, let's going back to that. That's
Okay.
how I found you. I found you from like when we were with, say, Steve on his crazy network of channels.
Yes.
And we bumped into each other there. Then I thought, I wonder what
And
you're
Lori.
on about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Prepping for heaven.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like, I can't shut up. So like somebody will say something and I'll be in the chat like, well, actually this. And then they're like, you know stuff? Like, well, I like research.
And then I thought, you know what, I'll follow this young lady and see where it leads. And look where it's led. It's led to a garden at the back. an old man now who used to want to rock and roll, but now wants to plant daffodils and daisies.
Rolls.
That's it.
Okay, so number 2, and I didn't come up with these ideas. I can link the resources for you guys. Master marketing, not just content creation. So we're talking about your ICP, your ideal customer profile. Did you get any marketing education in your history, Jonesy?
What, recently?
In your lifetime, have you had learned about marketing?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so like, let's see if this makes sense. What gardening video should I make? A marketer thinks, what problem does my specific person have right now, and what would make them desperate to click on the solution? Like you're speaking to them.
Yeah.
So I want to break down that better. I have to learn about the marketing part.
Yeah, it's the question you want answered. So you got to think of what the answer is, and then the question, like, so, and then you've got the answer. So
like, is buying seeds on Etsy a scam? That's a question.
That's it. That's exactly right. If you go over how, like, you go into YouTube, the biggest things are how to whatever. People are searching this stuff, And that's what that Brian was talking about before. He talked about he went into he said, what year was that? Like maybe 2009 or something, way back when. Keywords. He was searching keywords.
Oh,
What was a keyword? And then he'd do
yes.
a video for that keyword, and that would hook people. But
That
that
doesn't
side of
work
YouTube
anymore.
is gone.
Have
Yeah,
you seen the timeline, Jonesy, where they broke down this is when YouTube worked off of keywords. This is when YouTube worked off of this. This is what YouTube does now. We could talk about that in an episode. That's a whole
I,
episode. Like,
okay, let's do that. But
okay,
I haven't
you haven't seen it?
seen that. No, but that's what
Okay.
Brian was talking about. He was talking about how his channel has evolved,
Yeah.
and there's a button to click, right, in your feed that says, "Do you want to send this video to all your
Oh,
subscribers?"
I know
And
that button. Yeah.
right, so if you unclick that, it will get sent to who knows who. It'll just go
Supposedly,
out
you
there.
can test it on your own time.
Yeah, that's what he
If
did.
you
He's
get
got a video.
fed out. Yep.
He's got a video, and it shows you he got a huge impact of obviously new viewers. Like right at the start, the CTR, your click through rate.
Yep.
So there were huge people
Clicks.
sticking.
The impressions
Yeah.
and the clicks were
But,
high.
but then the hour he broke it down into minutes.
Yep.
So you can go into YouTube and ask for this stuff as well. You can actually
In the studio.
he's got a video about it.
Brian
And
G.
then you've got minute by minute and how his subscribers were very low on the CTR because he's got like hundreds of thousands of subscribers that have been and gone. So, but then over the length of that video, over the few hours of it being out, the huge impact of people who were there at the start got overtaken. They faded away, and then like 2 hours into that video being released, the 6.3 click through rate, whatever it was, from the subscribers were overtaking the huge start from the. But these people were regulars who went looking for him. They said,
Yeah.
"Where's his video?" Because we didn't get it, and they searched him, and he's put a video.
Interesting to fish for a new audience that way. I haven't tried it. Have you tried it on any of your channels?
No, but it's definitely
Okay.
opened up my eyes to that side of the YouTube game.
Peg's
let's
Place.
talk.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read the chat? I got stuff in the chat. Peg's Place says, I prefer smaller channels. They feel more interactive with us normal people. I know, right? We're in live time talking to each other because it's not a big room right now, you know?
Exactly. And that's the thing I enjoy about YouTube the most is that this is a microclimate of YouTube. This is
yeah.
Seriously, it is.
Right.
This is like a small bunch of people that wise beyond their knowledge. Like people in this chat now, there's so much knowledge in the gardening world here. For why they're here on Outback Tasmania is because of this person there.
Not everybody. We got Yippee Carrie here.
Oh yeah. Yippee-ki-yay. I like that.
No. Buying from Seed Collection in Australia. They won't send to Tasmania or Western Australia.
Yeah.
Okay, so Robin was going to choose somebody out. Did you see that, Jonesy? Robin kept her mouth shut. We were just talking about that. Sorry, okay. Go ahead.
No, we got such big biosecurity here that it's very hard to get stuff into this place.
Uh-huh.
That's why I didn't bring my palm trees and stuff with me, which I bought some palm trees from that big box store. They come all the way down from Queensland, beautiful palms. I put them out the back one season, and guess what?
Did no more palms. Eat it?
No, they just died off. They just could not handle it.
Oh, they don't like it there? Okay.
No, they just died off.
They're indoor plants.
Yeah. They're outdoor plants if you live in a lovely climate, but they don't work here. And these big box stores sell them for a fortune.
You got to go back to the chat and click on Robin's comment. It's like the bottom two. And she says, I prefer to grow organically. The people in my community are there because they want to be.
No, organically. Let me tell you about being organic. Organic is the best system to grow on YouTube, but not when they put a timeline in and they cut it to this date. You need to be at this spot. Otherwise, you've got to do twice as much work to get to the pennies. And
Jonesy might have hit the panic button this week.
Oh, I hit the panic button. All right. I grabbed the big book of numbers,
Here we go.
and over here you can see a list of numbers. Right down here, there's two lists of numbers: subscribers and watch hours that are needed by a certain date. So I've nutted down day-to-day numbers. I sat there when, like, I'm not the neatest of writers, and this is August, so next month will be a lot neater and tidier because I've absolutely scrapped worrying about a couple of other channels. Now I'm just worrying about 4 channels, or watching 4 channels grow, sort of thing.
Are you hitting the mark?
Well, let's just see this, right? Yeah, let me just say, on the 12th, when I started this, what's today, the 15th?
Yeah, for you, yeah. For me, the 14th, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So I started this every day at 5:30 p.m. my time. This clicks over. So, don't ask. Oh, I'm freezing.
I can hear your audio.
Why this time it happened. Okay. Well, anyway, so I've done the numbers to work out. Thank you. That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said there, Carol.
Is that a compliment? Jonesy is a channel beastie.
I will take that. Four channel. Like, if
going for 4, yeah.
I'm going for 4. I've got 3, and 3 is, I'm happy with 3, but I want it in there. I'm going for 3. See, good. And I want 4 because
he's having fun. He's having so much fun gardening.
That's the fact. I am enjoying this part of the channel. This new part of my life is, how am I going to do today? Oh, I'm going to weed whack the backyard at a certain time, or weed whack where I'm going to build that garden bed because I need that sorted out very, very soon, because it's going to be that time of year where we're going to be setting up our produce in these different garden beds that I'm going to have to make sure there's no onion weed and there's everything set up right. So if I want to get a monetized gardening channel by the 1st of February, and let me say, I'm going away for 3 weeks,
right,
over Christmas, New Year, sort of thing. Around 3 weeks, I'll be away. So I haven't got the time there to be putting into YouTube. So I need to get this done around Christmas. Needs to be my Christmas present from Google should be congratulations into the partner program, whatever it's called.
So please share with a gardener friend. We're looking for more subscribers here. And thank you for contributing to the watch hours.
Every day it says I need to get to the 1K by Christmas. I need 6 subscribers every day. My shorts are really going well. They're getting me 2 or 3 a day.
They hit good on the weekend, Jonesy.
Yeah. My shorts are getting subscribers, so I keep doing that. I'll keep putting out shorts everywhere I go, and there's a nice scenery. I'll film a short. And some people are into the that side of Tasmania where they probably don't see the big tree ferns and the rainforests and the.
Thank you, Robin. Celebrate. What? Where's the clappy hands? Oh, man, music. Should we get to number 3?
When I finish this live, I'm going to write on these buttons what they are. They've all moved around.
Janet Potter, can you add some of your other playlists to this channel? No, it's got to be from this channel.
Yeah, you've done well. And Janet Potter, let me say, she has commented on nearly every video and live. So I would like to really thank you for that, JP. She likes being called JP, she told me.
JP.
That's it.
Way to be a team player.
Absolutely. And trust me, there'll be enough content coming out. I had a bit of a spell this week. I was feeling a bit run down and burnt out. So I try this too.
Just don't look at me over here trying to fix the camera.
We're meditating.
Just keep talking.
Yeah. All right. This is a new thing that we're trying out. It's like a hippie thing. Anyway, I was feeling a bit flat, so I sort of
Oh, there
stopped.
we go.
You've got to sort of recharge the batteries again. And I had a little bit of surgery, a few things cut off my body, and it was a bit uncomfortable for a few days. And I've still got this one up on my this one
Temple.
up there. Yeah, this one's a bit of a pain. Everything's healing very well. I went down to the surgery and they bandaged me up and they looked at everything and everything's the nurse said I'm healing really well. She's got really good healing properties, whatever it is. I do not know, but
We
they
can
were
hear
very
more
happy.
about Jonesy's personal journeys and his pop-up lives. We are here to talk about this YouTube creator game. Make
Thank you,
every
thank you,
video
thank you, Shawnee.
unmistakably for someone, because AI is, which we will talk about in a future show, talking about the whole AI and the algorithm, feeds
Yep.
individual videos, not an entire channel. So it's looking at your transcript, it's looking at your video images. Um, make sure that when you're creating your content, you're speaking to someone specifically, like we said
Yes.
before.
Yes,
Then
we're talking to the audience. So
go ahead.
you're talking to a camera. You're looking at like I'm filming with my phone. All my stuff's on my phone. So I'm filming with the phone and I'm thinking, okay, how do I look? What's in the background? Yada yada yada. And now I'm thinking I'm talking to you. I'm talking directly to you. And you gotta know that there's somebody at the other end who's going to be sitting there um, watching and enjoying the content or seeing something they don't like and saying see you later. So you got to really get in early, try to capture the person, be
Oh yeah.
be the
So we could
best you.
structure that video, yeah. We could talk about
You got,
that too in another show.
yeah, and it's all about being uplifting and there's no point. Do you go back to people who
Well,
are just
don't be
did you
yelling at me though.
no, but do you go back to people's channels that go, ah, YouTube's terrible.
Or they don't look at the camera. If they don't
But
look at me, you're
yeah,
out. You're
yeah,
out.
yeah. I just don't like this anymore. And yeah, and why doesn't people like me? Like what have I done wrong? Those sort of channels really bring you down to their level. Mate,
Yeah.
you got to strive. I'm always one for trying to be your best, do your best, and reach for the stars and all that sort of mumbo jumbo that they talk about. But if you, well, you got to give everything your best chance of a journey.
You
Like I
gotta
had a
be
big,
enjoying this. It's gotta be
well,
your passion. You gotta feel good no matter who sees it.
that's right. And people can feel your vibe through the lens. Like if you've seen the wood chopping that I did out the back, and
When
when
you were like
that
yeah.
knotted piece of wood, you should see the actual footage from the cutting room floor there because
Oh
I
boy.
was I was an angry ant.
Beep,
I
beep,
was
beep.
swinging that log splitter that hard. I wanted to break it. I was thinking, I'm gonna smash, and I was swinging. It was the best exercise program I had. I definitely learned I will not do that ever again with a knotted piece of wood.
No, just get the chainsaw out.
Just get the chainsaw out, yeah. And by the way, too, we've just about burnt all the firewood that you sort of see me store and cut up.
Well,
And
the other day you were like, "I burnt all the firewood."
yeah, well, I cut up some more, but
Okay.
yeah, we're just about gone through that. I've learnt that I need a huge stockpile for the season. So
Don't you know? It's like you don't know how to do winter over there.
no, I don't
We
anyway.
must
I'm
also Can
yeah.
I continue?
Click the button, get the aircon go or the heat pump working. But yep,
That's
yep.
a good
Away
point
we go.
too.
Here we go. Look at
Okay,
this.
so we're going to lesson learned, sis Janet.
Most
We're all about the
definitely.
lessons, aren't we? We're learning. So master your packaging. That's like a marketing campaign for you. The idea, who is this for? What problem or desire does it address? Why should they even care right now? So I'm talking about your topic of
That's right.
title and thumbnail. And so there was a
That's right.
really clever way it was explained to me that was cutesy. It was content is king, but the packaging is the queen and she's the
That's
boss of
it.
the house and she makes it a home. So if you're messing that up, who cares about the king? I
That's
thought that
right.
was funny.
It's right. I think of it as like the good old days when you'd walk through a library or a bookstore and you're
The
looking to buy a
covers.
you're looking to buy a book, and you might have the best, you might walk past the best book that's in that store, but because the packaging was poor, you didn't really notice it. You just walk straight past it.
I
So
totally judge a book by its cover, FYI. I am that person.
you do judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
That's what
So,
you hear.
like, building that personal brand, right, Jonesy, that
That's
AI
it.
cannot copy. So, I'm not just speaking about colors, fonts, your face, whatever, your hat that you wear every time you film. I'm talking about your values, your belief, your styles. Some people shy away from like putting their faith in the content, and sometimes that's how they grab the true people, the Tasmanian teddy bear, to watch your
You
content.
got half of that right. I am a big, but I don't know about a teddy bear. Anyway,
And
sorry,
it's not
Shani.
about, you're fine. It's not about selling yourself or changing who you are. Like, I just said the word values and beliefs. Okay. So if you're like, I need to do XYZ, you're not hearing me at all right now. I'm talking about your values and beliefs that you have if I were to just run into you. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
We're just going to be who we are on our channels. So we should be telling stories for long-term VPH. What does that mean? That's when we're optimizing our videos for that watch time and viewer satisfaction. It stands for views per hour. So let's say you have a 2-year-old video that's still getting 52 views per hour. You
yep.
did something right with that packaging and the content. And the way you see that is sometimes people put the browser extension from vidIQ and it actually tells you the VPH of everybody's stuff. I don't have that, but
You,
I learned about that.
and the biggest thing I've learned out of the YouTube world is rinse and repeat. You're doing something
Yeah.
good, keep doing that good thing, and people keep coming back. So I keep talking about how good Tasmania is, and they're pretty boring videos. It's just me talking, and maybe I'm somewhere, maybe I'm throwing in some B-roll, or I'm filming the beach or whatever. But people want to watch that because whether they're dreaming of moving here or they're living somewhere else and they've always wondered what it's like here, for whatever reason, those videos work. So rinse and repeat. I've got a whole stack of them on my channel, and that's the Radio Jonesy channel. So don't forget, check it out.
The telling stories is how you kind of keep somebody in there before they
Yep.
click away. Like if you're reviewing your stuff and you're like, oh, I just got bored, you should probably fix that because somebody else is going to get bored. But my point of the format is you can say, I planted this because I thought, right? Like you're starting in,
Yep.
then you go into here's what happened, then you go, here's what I learned, and then you go, here's what I'm going to change, right?
Right. And this could be for any YouTube strategy. It doesn't have to be gardening, but this could be for any strategy. You've got to know what you're talking about in a roundabout way. And if you don't know what you're talking about, explain it the best you can, and then say to the audience, "Hey, look, I'm no expert, but this is what I'm going to try." And you do you because people watch the channel for you. Like there's a young bloke in England. He's called, I think it's Jake the Gardener. I don't know if you've seen his channel.
You've talked about them, but no.
He's got a veggie plot. You know how they get plots of like
Correct.
they pay $40 a year or something to have some sort of council block of land, little squares, and everyone's got these little squares in this big area. And he sent me a lovely email and thanked me for supporting him and watching him and commenting. And I told him, I said, look, mate, the best thing that you're doing is you're doing you. You just keep doing what you're doing. You're energetic, you're enthusiastic, you're keen, you explain to people that you're a novice, you're a brand new gardener. And he's still growing it. He's got this onion that's about this big. It's a monster. So
You know who
yeah.
else has a monster onion? Joe from Muddy Puddles Farm. It's like the size of her head. It's a huge onion. I saw her live today. She goes, I think I want to replant it and let it go to seed and save the seeds from this thing because it's beautiful.
I haven't seen her channel for so long. I think
Uh-oh.
I have to
Really?
go search. You know, I had to resubscribe to you yesterday.
No, they did
Yes,
not. Come
they
on.
did.
We're
No,
like
seriously.
besties.
That's right. I'm thinking, what's going on here? I can't see any of your content on Outback
Yeah,
Tasmania.
because I'm putting stuff out there.
Yeah, and I went looking for you, and then it says click the button to subscribe, and I'm going, I'm a
Oh,
member of her channel.
yeah.
What's going on here? And so,
Well, Muddy Puddles Farm, check her out.
yeah, and for everybody out there who's watching, just check to see if you're still subscribed to Outback Tasmania,
That's
because
right.
I would appreciate a click or a like or whatever you want to call it, a subscription. Look, I'm one for organic growth,
Yeah.
normal situation. I'm a one for, if you like to watch a channel, it doesn't take much to click that channel to say, hey, mate, you're doing a great job. I'll be interested to see what you come up with next. That's basically what the subscription's all about. If you really do enjoy someone's company and time, and they've got memberships, and memberships aren't dear, they could be like $1.50 a month, or $3 a month, or $5 a month, whatever it is, and that person is bringing you plenty of information, lots of entertainment. I'm a member of a lot of channels. I've got a budget that I stick with. So for that month, I don't want to go over that budget. So if somebody else, just say somebody else takes my fancy, and I think, you know what, I'm going to subscribe to this person and be a member. I go through my members list and go, okay, who's not,
Who gets the cut?
yeah, who's not playing the game for me now? Like, which one is which channel? And seriously, I've unsubscribed to a number of channels, but I mean, not unsubscribed, unmembershiped. But I've got, like I said, I've got a budget, so I'm just working with. If you let your button just keep clicking memberships, at the end of the month, you could be wondering, where's all my money gone? Because for one, that's like an extra cherry to give someone a membership, like an extra thing. But just watching their ads or just supporting them that way is a fantastic way of supporting channels as well. And just watching watch time, really, just
And
enjoying their content.
making sure that you leave a comment and we continue the conversation. It actually helps push out the video, the
Oh,
replay.
yes.
So if you've been enjoying the series that we're doing here together, please give us some feedback. And what do you want us to talk about next? What stood out to you? What were you like on your the edge of your seat for? What were you yelling at the screen about? I'd love to hear about it. I'll come back and read it in the chat. We have Peg's Place. I don't see as many bees around nowadays too. We see that problem over here, and we do as much as we can to do pollinator patches for not just bees, but all kinds of
Yeah.
things. It is a
We
big problem.
we have a ton of bees here for whatever reason. I reckon somebody's got a beehive somewhere, because
Oh,
we've got the
you see
European.
honeybees?
Yes, we got
Oh,
heaps of them.
okay.
They're everywhere. They're all over the place. Like, if you've got something like the flowering. Right now, they're looking for nectar, so they're out there searching for it because it's not that right time of year. But the garden is alive with buzzing noises, trust me. But there's big European bumblebees, whatever they're called. The big chunky ones. Have you seen the size of them?
Yeah,
I don't know if you get them over there.
I have big fat bumblebees.
Yeah, they're down. Like, they're not really on the mainland. Down here, they're everywhere. So,
We also have Robin
but yeah,
Gardens that says she has 3 shorts that are drawing steady views, 10 to 12 views daily. That is interesting, and that's an idea farming moment. What are they about? Duplicate it.
yeah. I like my shorts going out every 12 hours. Every now and again, there's one that doesn't work, but they're basically boring. They're just me filming nature in its beauty, and 15 seconds here, 30 seconds here, 40 seconds here. They're all getting like 1,000, 1,200, 1,400. They're getting good. For me, that's good numbers, but I'm not chasing that numbers. I'm chasing the subscribers that are coming via those shorts. So that is why you don't see shorts of my channel here. Like, you don't see me gardening and showing a little bit of me gardening as a short, because I don't think that was working for me. I think working for me is showing nature, because people are seeing it and they're going, wow, look at those tree ferns. Looks like dinosaurs live there. All those sort of comments.
We have Yippee Kari says, my friend had no bees 1 year for fruit trees. He hung fly attracting foods and smells. His tree was pollinated by fly swarms. Wonderful crop of fruit after that. Because yeah, we have to learn about entomology as growers, don't we, Jonesy?
Now, there's the word for the day. Can you spell that?
Entomology. It is the study of
We're
insects.
looking at the screen. Yeah. I saw a bumblebee. Wait, unopened
Some
currant.
action happening.
Oh, yeah. Man, that's down in Florida. All that stuff's going on down there.
Her point was check what the cities are spraying for the mosquitoes if the bees are missing and do something about it. So
Yeah,
then, go ahead.
seriously, I would love to put a beehive up right up the top of the yard.
I was looking at flow hives. What kind of style do you want?
Yeah.
Do you know what a
What's
flow
a-
hive is?
No, explain, please.
It's so cute. It's
Please
for dummies,
explain.
I feel like. So it's
Is that the one with the tap at the front?
yeah, it has a tap on it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, yeah.
And I asked a guy who I'm going to have on the channel, surprise. I asked like, "Hey, up where it's cold, do these things work or will all the bees die?" And he goes, "Well, I know somebody. I don't have experience, but I know somebody that has that style because at first I wanted horizontal hive. So instead of stocking it vertically, you go like this."
Yeah.
And I go, "Well, these flow hives look dummy proof. Maybe I should get one of those." Where am I going to put it? I don't know, but
I'm thinking of just doing a normal beehive. It seems to be a popular thing down here. There's a lot of people doing beekeeping, and being such a
oh yeah.
a big property, maybe, yeah.
Get a
So
friend and talk about having them put the hive on your land and
Yeah,
then you
yeah, yeah,
share,
yes.
honey share, whatever. Okay.
That's it. The thing about me putting it way up the back, keeping it away from people, means it's way away from my place, but it's closer to two other properties. So I'm just not
There
too
might be
sure.
rules. Yeah. The
Not too
beekeeper
sure.
would tell you what to do, like where to
Yeah.
put it.
For sure. But yeah, that's what I was. That's part of the plan. I was talking with the lovely Mrs. Radio about what a great idea this is. We went past the emu farm,
Oh yeah.
and we said we could get a couple of emus. Like
Well,
you get them small, like chickens, and you hand raise them, and then they get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you got them fenced off in a certain part of the yard. And you got to just fix your fences up a bit higher. You've got to learn about how you got to build the structure to keep them warm and dry. But apart from that, if you've ever seen keeping emu videos, like the people that we talked to the other day that had the property,
Yep.
they're selling the chicks,
Yep.
or the eggs. You can get them. You can get the eggs, fertile
eat?
eggs. No, or you can,
hatch.
yes.
Okay.
No, you can, but you can get the fertile eggs to bring home and incubate them, and the video content there. I said to Mrs.
You're right. Yeah, the series.
video content for this is amazing. It's going to bring Outback Tasmania to the next level. And she's gone, if you bring an emu back to this property, I will. And then it went beep. I won't say the rest.
Well, I'm thinking like, okay, what does their poop look like? How do they sound when they're calling or mad? Like the noise that they make,
noise,
you know?
like less than a
Okay.
chicken.
Look at you with the sound
Yeah,
effects.
Yeah. And they cuddle you. They're big necks.
Really?
And they wrap
Don't tell my second born any of this information.
they wrap their neck around you and they cuddle you, and they do. If they're angry, they can peck you
Well,
with their
it don't.
big,
It's
strong
an
beak.
animal. If it
And they
gets
got-
angry, yeah.
They're like all birds. They're like descendants from dinosaurs. They've got three big
Yes.
toes as well with some sharpy
claws.
sharpies.
Yeah.
But apart from that,
Talent.
big dumb, cuddly birds. Like imagine a chicken being a dinosaur, like a big.
Well, yeah.
Basically, they don't fly. They love to run. They love a big open block of land, which
Oh, so not you.
well, you can grow them in suburbia, and you're allowed to have 4. You could have up to 4 on your property, before
Well,
you
I'm
need a
sure
lot.
it matters. Like, I'm sure it matters the size of your property if you can get approved for 4. Do they not get that specific with the permit?
No, you can have 4, and you could live in an apartment and have 4.
Oh, come on.
Seriously. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
it's irresponsible.
Well, I've
Good
never
animal
seen
husbandry. No,
I've
but
never
nobody's
seen
done it.
I've never seen 4 people in an apartment with emus. It'd be imagine living with 4
Wait,
giant
wait.
chickens
What
in your
what are you
house.
gonna name your emu? Let's play pretend. Because Charlie's the dog. What's the emu's name? Did you think
Maybe
about that?
we were talking stupid names like Thelma and Louise or
Oh, that's funny.
stuff like that, where they can jump over the fence and see you later. Ah! Yeah, Thelma and Louise. Yeah, but seriously, the younger of the Jones clan, who lives here as well, said,
Mm.
"Awesome idea, Dad. Let's get him. Let's do it." And I would love that. I would care for them. I would do everything. They would be fantastic. And I said, "Well, we've got to get chickens too." And I said, "Well,
Mhm.
yeah, that's anyway." Where's Andy? Has he put a comment in about looking after emus when we
He's
go on
not
a
in there
cruise?
yelling at us yet. Because he's the farm sitter, everybody.
Yeah. Andy's Andy. He's cool, dude.
What else did
But
I watch today? I don't have any more of my notes to, like, present
but
about, but if you
yeah,
guys have questions, go ahead, ask them.
but isn't that a great like conversation piece itself? Is that what would you do for content? Like, what would you change of your property for content? Is that too drastic of a thing? Like having a goat, people get goats to
Don't
eat
do
their.
something to your property just for content. That's
No, no,
crazy.
no, no. Yeah, that's what. But yes, but that was the conversation piece. Like that was,
Okay.
what would you do? That's if you're going to do something stupid just for content. But man, imagine the little fella next door who calls out to me all the time. Imagine him saying, "Can I come over and pet your emu?"
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be lovely. I said he'd be big enough to look over your fence. They can climb too, Emus can climb.
No. What?
Yeah, yeah. So if your fence is made and you've got the runners on one side of the fence, they're smart enough to claw a way out, up and over.
Oh
They
boy.
are like dinosaurs. But
I did put out a video today for those that follow Shawnee Grows. What would save you is the title.
what would save us if the world went to pot?
What
Is that?
what would you eat if there was no more grocery store?
Oh yeah, I'd eat
And this
fish.
could be like they don't have power for a week. This could be
Yeah.
the roof collapsed because they had flooding. I don't mean like forever, but do you have a plan?
Oh,
And so that's what the
is
garden
there a
talk
root?
is.
Is there a root cellar at your property where you've got a stash of food? Are you thinking of putting in a root cellar, Shawnee?
My tornado shelter is my root cellar.
The tornado shelter, yeah.
We
All right.
we built a tornado shelter room and we didn't put the floor heat in that room. And so that's the root cellar. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Okay.
Yeah, definitely. That's what a lot of people use the root cellar as their escape. Well, what I watch, a lot of homesteaders, the channels that I watch, they build these shelters for the storms, but they also use them with shelving and all the crops that go down there, the onions and the potatoes and the canned goods and all that sort of stuff, or the canned goods.
Yeah, we
Is
were
canned
measuring
is
it.
canned good is canned goods correct terminology if you put them in jars?
I use the word canned. Yeah. Isn't that funny though? Because it's like, does that mean the
Doesn't
metal
sound right.
can? You know, now
When
that you're
when
asking
I said
me.
it,
But yeah, I do say
it
canned.
didn't sound right. Yeah.
Okay, you guys let us know when it's, water bath or pressure canned, processed in a glass jar. Do you say it's canned on the shelf? Or do you call it
Yeah.
something else?
Is it glass jarred? We've glass jarred now.
Well, you know what I want to change for people? I don't want to call it the Florida weave. I want to call it the basket weave. That's how I'm going to talk about that style of trellising. I'm not calling it the Florida weave. I'm
I've
calling
never
it the
heard it.
basket weave.
I've never heard the Florida weave. What the heck is that?
Robin says yes. So let's say you have 2 posts and you have stuff growing in between it, you take a piece of string and you go in, out, in, out, in, out at one layer. Then you go up, in, out, around the plant, back and forth. That's a
Okay.
weaving trellis.
Okay. And I hear you, Pegs. Definitely, mate. Definitely. Just enjoy watching content, and I'm sure leaving a comment, people know you're there, and that's the best thing any YouTuber would love to know, that there's somebody returning to their content. Isn't it a warm feeling when you actually, like, I put content out, and this lady here on my left puts maybe
No.
20, no, not 20, but puts
10.
at least 5 to 10 comments, timestamps them, and says, this is when this is happening, or this is the reason for this, or can we ask why did this happen here? And there's fantastic, like, engaging comments that you want from your subscribers, and it's
We did a conversation about how to make a good comment, how to structure it, because it's like the review page. Now there's a bunch of Floridians in the chat. They're getting their torches and they're mad right now. So I'm not taking it. I'm just saying, I bet you if I polled 10 people in a room and I said, tell me what basket weave means, tell me what Florida weave means, how many are going to really understand how to explain it if I say Florida weave? I mean, come on.
what's an
If I say
entomologist? What the
that's
heck is
the
that?
study of insects.
Oh, wow. Cool. Sorry, I always cut you off, Shawnee. But yeah,
That's kind of like part of the live thing, you know?
weaving your vines through
Yeah.
each other.
If I say basket weave, people usually can go, I think I get what you're saying. If I say Florida weave, they're like, why
I had no,
Florida? You know? Come
I
on.
had no idea. Yeah.
So I can go basket weave, aka Florida weave, when I teach about it, just like we say sunchokes or Jerusalem artichokes or fartichokes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, poor old Robin doesn't like bees hanging around.
I don't
She
know
needs,
if anyone in my family's allergic. I'm kind of hesitant to the whole thing.
well, how do you find that out until the
You get
last minute?
stung and then you find out. Yeah. Is there a test? I wonder if
A-
there's an allergy test.
Actually, now Andy is allergic to bee stings.
Uh-oh. Well, he's the homestead babysitter.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I said bring an EpiPen with you. You know the EpiPens.
Yes, sir. I was trained in how to apply them.
Oh, you're a first aider. Look at you eating your
Yeah.
fruit and
I had
vegetables.
CPR classes were
Awesome. Yeah,
mandatory.
I've got to do that every 12 months, CPR, and for where I engage my work time lately.
Oh, that one was a good one. Sorry. Okay, I'm done.
It's the most enjoyment you can have of eating your own produce.
Fresh food. Oh, that was so good. I'm also fermenting the garden too, so you can see
Hang on.
that on the channel.
Let me have some fresh produce.
What do you got? Oh, come on, dude. Really? Shut up. Peg's Place says, I want a goat to help eat the blackberries down. It sounds like a great tactic.
Yeah, it's the blackberries here. We ripped ours down right up the back corner because they were everywhere. It was
Oh, yeah.
the
Yeah,
vines and
get crazy.
man, they hook onto you, and you're. I fell over when I was up there filming. You remember that video when I fell?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
the camera, and then I put the little video out on Radio Jonesy Clips. That section where when I did fall and I was hooked and I had him laying in me, and instead of cursing and carrying on, I just landed and I went, oh, dang. And I've got the dang from hanging out with these Americans, I tell you, because I've never said that in my life.
Well, it's like just the other day, I think it's the video coming out tomorrow. The rain is coming and I had to bust butt and get things harvested. A spider comes out of where I'm filming and touching the soil right in it, right? And a spider all of a sudden is there, and I'm trying not to do what I want to do. I'm trying to be on camera and I'm trying to be not so freaking out about it.
See here, Robin said there's a nice, friendly Charlie emu.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was a young bloke, we were feeding emus with the food that they give you in one of these petting places, and the emu come out that aggressive, and he was bang, 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 like And then when the food sort of fell, he starts looking for food, and that was a ever lasting like experience that I thought, I hate them birds. I will never have a bird like that. I'll never look at birds, and it scarred me for a long time. But now I'm a grown man, and I'm over.
You were the one, I think, that told me about the pet. What pet was it? Where it'll bite you? It's like a little lizard or something, and then it won't let go, and the trick is to put
Oh,
your
the
hand in
blue
a
tongue.
bucket of water, and then it'll let go, and then you can don't get that pet for kids. I don't know what it was.
The blue tongue lizard.
Maybe.
There's a blue tongue lizard. We used to have them where we used to live, and they'd be in your garden. They're fantastic. Eat slugs and snails, and they don't harm you. You're more likely going to run them over with a lawnmower because they're sort of slow and they sort of lay around the long grass and they sort of hide. My daughter said, this is like, my daughter's now finished actually, I told you she got her degree in criminology and stuff the other day, but that's how old she is now with her family. She was this little kid, come home from school, chucked a backpack down inside the front door, and we got the fire going. We're sitting down, the TV's on, and you could hear rustling in her back. There was like 2 backpacks there, and we could hear rustling, and we've gone, what have you got in your bag? And she goes, I don't know. And then rustle, rustle, rustle. And I go, it could be a mouse. Oh no, let me get over there. And I got this like whacking stick ready to hit a mouse. And I moved the bag, and I can see the tail. And she thought it was a snake because they do look like a fat snake, except for they got the legs, obviously. But I said, it's only a blue tongue. So I've come down behind its head to pick it up, and they're so agile. His head turned right around and bit me right in the webbing there and latched on. And I've gone, and I've just lifted my hand up, and the lizard's dangling on my hand like that. And then there's drips of blood because I'm bleeding coming out, and kids were little, so they're screaming, Dad's been bitten by it. All right, so you can squeeze the lizard as much as you want. He's going to squeeze you tighter. So the idea, I had to lay him had to put it on the ground and basically stop the aggressive sort of angry nature of that. And then it just opened its mouth and backed away and went away. Then I went and picked him up properly, like the way that he can't bite me, and put him out in the garden. But I had to.
Yeah, you're supposed to dump it in a bucket of water because then he lets go because he can't breathe or whatever.
Yeah, that was a fun time. Good times, good memories. Man,
Anybody else have a fun story like that we could read?
Look what good having children. Yeah, bring home.
I dealt with a bloody nose today with a child, but I'm not talking about that right now.
Someone doing a bit of this with her?
No, that's why I don't want to talk about it. Okay. We can afterwards. Barking geckos. Okay. Yeah. My kid would love that.
I like those black-faced sheep and the mini Highland cows. Those cows are cute, the mini Highlands. Even the big Highlands are cute. Yeah, the big ones with the long hair, and the big horns that come out.
Thorhaven Farm has them in Canada.
Yeah, they're pretty popular around here. People have them here because of the weather.
Really?
More of a pet.
Oh, okay.
And look, Charlie will cuddle you as well. Awesome. See, emus are cute. Emus are. If emus are as good or as bad as any pet that's been brought up correctly, because if you bring up a Ella and Elvis, there's Priscilla. I would have called it Priscilla.
Oh, Carol. I guess it's not minis. He has full size. I just meant he has Highland cow. Sorry.
Cousin Johnny from Elmira, I should say, knows about the bee stuff.
Elmira. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a lovely river town.
Elvira. I don't know the words.
Elmira is a lovely town. I wonder how that town's going now, Andy, with the new, with all the freeway and everything built there.
Uh-oh.
Wonder how he's going. No, they built to bypass. He used to live on the main highway, and everyone would drive past like,
Oh, it's to take traffic out of it.
yeah. And they built this
Oh,
bypass, and now it's like you only
could
go
be
in there
good or
if you,
bad. Hmm.
yeah, it can kill the town or it can
It's like
make
the
the
movie
town.
Cars that Tony gets stuck in.
Okay,
Swiss chard beans.
I don't watch a lot of kids movies these days.
Correct, yeah. Well, this is an old one, but yeah. Tassie got Forest and Ocean and Walking Distance. Yeah, that's what I see on Jonesy's channel.
Everything's so close, like, and even a normal park walk looks like you're in the middle of a forest, and like them tree ferns down at Burnie Park here. And I still haven't been down to Launceston to do that video. I promise I will do that video. Remember Launceston? It's got the observatory, the lovely gardens, and the trees that have been planted like for 200 years.
Are you writing this stuff down and keeping a content log? Like,
no, I just know I've got to go
just
to
up here.
Well, I've got to go to Launceston to pick a junior up when she flies back from Japan.
Oh yeah.
Now, the idea is to go down like on the day a bit earlier and do the filming.
You sure do like stacking missions, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I don't just. Well, it's an hour and 45 down there to the airport.
Oof, duh.
So you go down early, you have a bit of a stretch, walk around, do a bit of filming, enjoy yourself, then head off to the airport, pick up your little Japanese friend who's got all her little samurai stuff. She's bought a whole outfit for Charlie to wear, like a samurai, little Charlie. He's going to be wearing clothes from butchers in Japan, apparently.
Janet says, Shawnee, my daughter thought I made up the song Elvira. The look on her little face when she heard it on the radio for the first time, she was 7. Robin says, I'll tell you an ostrich story in the after show if I'm still awake. Yeah, normally Robin goes to bed at 11:30. She's still here.
Wow. Yeah, hang on. What we got here? Blue tongue skinks. Well, yeah, we call them lizards. Then as a kid, I used to collect lizards as pets at one stage. I was a bit of a, what do you call people collecting lizards? What's that hobby? I used to collect
Carol, who are you talking to? What is the name for? Okay.
Collecting of reptiles. A reptile keeper. I don't know. Steve Irwin.
Oh boy. Herpetoculturist is a person who keeps and breeds reptiles. Herpetoculture is, I don't know how to say this. Where's the pronunciation?
Nah, don't worry about it. That word's just unacceptable for this show.
Good grief.
Like we used to be able to collect frill neck lizards. Have you seen a frill neck?
No.
So they've got like their protection for they're fast runners. They run like dinosaurs. They stand on 2 legs and run, but they got this big flap of skin around their neck, and they go.
Yeah, he's called them something else. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but when the frill neck gets threatened or scared, it pumps out this big wrap of skin around them, their necks, and it comes out really quick too, and you hear it like. And I used to keep them and thought it was fantastic. We used to go up there and they go, and then they calm down, and then you go, and they go, yeah. I had a friend who was his father was a caretaker. You've heard this story, I'm sure, that he's the biggest cemetery in the city of Sydney was it's called Rookwood Cemetery. So his father was the caretaker of the whole park, like it's a huge cemetery, massive, and he had a house in the middle of it, and everyone used to think it was so spooky that he lived there with his dad and his mum. And when he used to collect the lizards that lived in the long grass there in the cemetery, and snakes and all sorts of things, he caught a goanna. Like, have you seen goannas? The big like dragon lizards. And they're big enough for him to put a little collar on his neck.
Oh, okay.
And he'd walk it.
Monitor lizard.
Yeah, he'd walk it. And when it was when I don't know if they do it these days, but when I was at school years ago, you used to have a pet day. You could Your parents could bring your pet in for show and tell, and everyone brings their pets in, and everyone's got cute little kittens or little dogs or little thing. He brought in this monster goanna on the lead, and we were, man, we were. He said, "Watch it run," and he'd run with it, and it'd walk like a dinosaur on the ground, and then he'd pull the lead up and say, "Come on," and then it would run on two legs,
Yep.
and we'd be chasing all the girls, like with this lizard. And
It's
man,
in the movie. Oh,
we had
shoot.
so
I don't
much,
remember the name.
we had so much fun with that. With that day, that's like, oh man, that must have been 1972 or 73 or something back then, and it's clear as it's one of the memories that just stay with you for life.
Hmm.
And then the principal called his parents at the cemetery and said, "Can you please come in and take this stupid lizard home? You should not have brought this. It could bite people." And people have got big German Shepherd dogs and stuff. They could bite people too. But
Right? Hello.
yeah,
People can bite people.
yeah, sure can.
Well, I'm not sure what we're going to talk about on the next show. I think we said some stuff in this show, but I didn't write it down, so I'll have to listen and figure it out for our next episode. Are we doing this again next
Yeah, this
same
seems a
time,
bit.
same place?
If you're up for it, I'm happy to lock this in for this Saturday my time. I do my walk, I do my domestic chores, and then I cook lunch for the child, which is
So Friday at 10 p.m. Central for me, Saturday at 1 p.m. Australian.
Australian Eastern Standard Time.
We're going to do this again, talk about gardening and talk about YouTube creator shop talk.
And watch. And I'll tell you what, if you run these lovely lives in a playlist somewhere in the background, you hear this voice over and over and over again. It's wonderful. It's been running at our place. You can run if you're a creator, here's a tip. You can run your own content on your own channel once, obviously, every 3 months. After 3 months, you can watch it again and it counts as another watch, and the watch time counts again, but only after 3 months. So did you know that, Shawnee?
No.
There you go. That's
I gotta go put this away because I keep smelling it at the desk.
A Canadian friend of mine taught me that one. That helped him get over the watch hour case back in the day. He said, "I just can't get over there." Then he went deep dived the rules, and then he's told everyone, you can watch your own content, and then 3 months later, watch it. So if you've got like 1,000 hours of content out there, you can run it once. And by the time you finish that 1,000 hours, like, you're pretty close to your 3 months and then you can start that whole process over again. So that's how sad it is.
I had texted you about that lady that was on fire about fraud with creators getting monetized, and it had to do with kind of what you're saying, like rewatching your own stuff, having a group of people run a playlist for you.
It does say in our rules that it does say you should not watch your own content. Is it in the rules?
I don't have the rules up next to me, sir. But
I will find them. It was in the rules at one stage. You're not supposed to be.
They changed the rules, so I don't know.
Oh, man, it's that game that we play, and it's always ebbing and flowing and changing and chopping. But let me say that so far I've been running my watch hours. Whether it counts or not, I don't know, because they're moving along. So it'd have to be an experiment where I'd have to do a private channel that hasn't got any. I might even do this as an experiment.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
And put some content out there, and then just run it, and then, like, I don't know how I'd do it, but I'll work it out. I'm that sort of YouTube journey sort of a guy. I like I watch all my videos and all my machines. Right now, at this very minute, upstairs, Charlie was watching one of our lives previously. He's just come down. It must have finished. Isn't that right, Charlie? And now he's curled up like he's thinking it's cool. It is cooling down. You can feel the temperature cooling. Oh, Isn't that right, buddy? You want some treats? I bought you some treats for today. He was out of treats. So I went and bought his favourite little chicken sticks that he likes. And if you're still watching Andy, I'll make sure there's plenty here for when you're here. But don't feed him too many, otherwise you'll be cleaning up the mess. And that's another story for another.
You should make it a game. You should make a clue for Andy and go, here's the treat for day 1. And then in that, it's like a clue to where the treat 2 is, and it's hidden somewhere. And Andy has to go find it to give it to Charlie.
Man, Andy will get lost in this house.
That's the point.
Yeah. I got to watch Andy. He's just had a hip replacement.
Yes.
His whole spine, vertebrae, whatever bunches of back have been fused all together and down low. So he sort of walks around like Steve Austin, the $6 million man. He walks around with all these titanium bits and pieces that are in his body. So Peg, here we go. What's Peg on? Peg, I watch on Apple TV and comment on the 2 phones. So 2 views. Well, I wish that works that way. I hope it works that way. But I'm not sure. Usually when you watch it, well, maybe it does. I don't know, to be honest. But like we watch most of my content, I do not watch YouTube on the phone. I just don't get the enjoyment out of this screen. I like watching it on the big TV upstairs. And I know at a certain time of night, I'll get the opportunity to turn it on, go to my subscriptions. This is my usual go-to. Like I got one setting, one channel has got what I want. That's my entertainment, like all different sort of stuff that I watch. And then when I want to watch what the creators are up to, Radio Jonesy has a bunch of creators. Outback Tasmania has a bunch of creators. Everyone's different. Charlie's channel has a bunch of creators. So I go into, you might get comments now and again on some of you channels out there that says Charlie, the Tasmanian dog, says this. And then usually I put Wolf in the back at the back end of the comment. But that works well for this household. Instead of having a mishmash of stuff that you subscribe to, I like to have a bunch of, if I want to watch gardening, I go to this spot. If I want to watch, my feed is usually full of gardening stuff. And then surprisingly, you get more gardening stuff from other content creators that you didn't even know existed. If you start watching a certain pattern of content, YouTube will feed you this other stuff. And hopefully that works for everybody else in a positive way. I was told by my friends who are the caravanners, the van lifers, the sand van, they were telling me that that's what they do. They've got all their content on the sand van is all people traveling and doing their thing. But we've opened up other accounts where we can go to different places and put our comments in, and it'll be like their name of the sand van is the channel, but there's no content, but that's there for them to view these other channels. And they say, this is what they've been telling me, that's worked for them because they're watching that similar content, their channel seems to be going into other people's feeds who watch similar content. So I don't know the theory, I don't know the exact system, but they've been around YouTube world for a while and they said it's working for them. So that's why I've gone to gardening on Outback Tasmania. Everyone that I watch on Outback Tasmania is mainly gardening. Everyone else is on Radio Jonesy, on tour with Radio Jonesy, Tasmania Island Life, Charlie the Tasmanian Dog, Radio Jonesy Music, which is ARI. Anyway, I'm out there all over the place. YouTube's a wonderful thing, and to have such fantastic supporters in this live. And like I said, I'm chasing the watch hours. And Shawnee, today is the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
And at 5:30 today, I need 286 subscribers So what's my count right at this very moment? Yesterday I was at 278.
281.
So um, I've jumped 3. So I've got 3 subscribers. I'm at 281 and I'm 3 behind the goal that will get me there by Christmas. But by tomorrow, after that, I need to be at 292. That's how it. And then the next day, I need to be at 298, and then 300. And it looks hard, and to the average person, you think it's hard, but when you dumb it down to the daily numbers, like the watch hours, I need to be at 1861 tonight. I'm already at 1908, so I'm ahead. I'm about a week ahead in watch hours, which is fabulous. Who knows when it's going to slow down? Who knows if it's going to speed up? YouTube is a wonderful world of mysteries and adventures for everybody who's trying to get monetized. You just don't know how it all works. Yeah, Robin has 2 channels, personal and Robin Gardens. Both count. The rest of the machines have nothing registered. They count as views as well. Oh, well, I didn't realize that, Robin. That sounds interesting. And we have devices in all the bedrooms here. So each bedroom has a television. If I really wanted to, I could be walking from 5 bedrooms and go bedroom, 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 and put 5 devices going. Like if I was that way inclined, that would be like having one of the farm factories that used to do. Remember all the Philippines countries that used to do that stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know if they still are. I haven't seen much of that going on, so I doubt. I think they've got on top of that.
Hopefully.
Now it's just computers. It used to be people. Like
Yeah.
I've seen a video of someone had a wall like what you see behind me there, and there were shelves on the wall, and there must have been like 100 phones, and each one the person physically went to that channel, typed it in, press play, went to the next one, typed it in, press play, next one, typed it in, press play, and they done the whole lot, and they said, "Sir, you've just paid for 100 views. It cost you $5 or whatever they done. Thank you for the bananas." Whatever they used to talk about bananas. Do you remember all that stuff?
Yes, I do, Jonesy. Yes, I do.
Bananas. I haven't heard much about bananas lately.
That's the fraud category.
Yes, I'm all about organic growth is where it's all about. And if you can't do it organically by the 1st of February 2027, I'm open for all offers. Bring it in. Come on. Help this old Tasmanian get to his goal.
It helps if you can be interviewed on somebody's panel and then people meet you and talk to you and go, "Oh, I'll go over to your channel."
Yeah, I haven't done any of that yet either. I've been very trying to go organically, so I've just been doing my thing. Bot farming, that's the word. That's what it is now, bot farming. It used to be a person doing all that, one at a time. But I'm going back, say, 5 years ago. Now AI's come in, and like imagine the AI algorithm now that can find this stuff. Like if you're doing it wrong, AI will find you. Google will find you.
Yeah, I think that was one of our topics is AI algorithm, the journey of what used to work on YouTube, what then it changed to this, now it's that. I think that was our kind of what we wanted to talk about next show.
Definitely. And we're coming up to the 2-hour mark here, so I'd like to thank everybody for sticking around. It's been a wonderful crowd again. And I've got a lovely little community here. I would like to thank this lovely lady on my left, Shawnee, and her channel is fantastic. If you haven't connected with Shawnee Grows, please do. And if you're watching this in the replay, trust me, you would love getting that channel into your feed. You'll learn a lot and you'll be educated. So what's coming up on the Shawnee Grows network?
So our live yesterday was about growing better food systems. So I'm trying to pull up my page so I can see what's even happening on my own channel. Things that replant themselves. So how do you set up a space so like if for some reason you can't replant, the things are going to grow, whether it is a perennial that comes back every year or it's a self-seeding annual. We talked about the listed things and strategies and how people would build those. The video today came out, and that is what would save you? What would you actually eat if the grocery store closed? And then we have a video coming up tomorrow that talks about it's going to rain. I'm at the garden. What do you look for first? How do you use your time wisely? Next Thursday at 9 p.m. Central, that live stream is actually the Garden Hangout. This is a new feature we're doing on the channel once a month. I invite as many people as I can to come up, and
Mm-hmm.
I ask them fun questions about gardening that are kind of unique and weird. So I never announce who the guests are. I always wait till we go live. Nobody, like the guests, don't even know who's going to be there. They just meet together behind the scenes before we go live. So that's what's coming up.
Well, that's fantastic. So thanks again, everybody. And I would just like to say, thanks again, mate. You've been a great supporter, and see you next time for sure, my friend. And check the letterbox. Something should be arriving soon. All right. Thanks, everyone. Until we meet again, it is eat what you grow.
And grow every day in every way. See you around.
See ya.